Nigeria stand up, Nigeria stand up. Join me say, yeah, we're a great nation. Oh, God. Ooh.
Great nation. That song never fails to get me.
I was having goosebumps just listening to it.
Okay, so since Nigeria's transition from military to civilian democratic rule in 1999, there's been a debate among Nigerians and the international commentators about just how democratic or undemocratic governance and the exercise of power has become in the country. On the issue of security, for some years, the security challenge has been a major issue in Nigeria, with several attacks by the Boko Haram terrorists in the northern part of the country. Some other states also have their own share of security challenges, ranging from herdsmen attacks and the issue of Badu in the Ikorodu area of Lagos, and residents have continued to live in fear. Now you talk about the issue of comments made from some quarters, reactions here and there, but so help us look at the state of the polity. We have in the studio an elder statesman, Professor Banji Akintoye. Thank you for joining us.
Thank you. Thank you for having me.
Also here is Mr. Laddie Thompson, a security expert. Thank you for joining us.
Pleasure is mine.
We're expecting a legal practitioner to join us in the course of the conversation. But let me begin with you, Professor Akintoye. Nigeria, the state of Nigeria now. What's your take?
Well, the British came and put people together anyhow for their own purpose, not for our purpose. But when you look at it, in spite of them, you will find one thing that when I was young, that energized us. That Nigeria is the great gift to Africa. This country is Africa's greatest gift. If Nigeria makes it, I was absolutely sure about that. If Nigeria makes it, Africa will make it. The potentials are enormous. And we could easily have made it. But somehow, a series of missteps and we have slid up the road. And now, the potentials are still there, and we can still make Nigeria a great country and lead Africa out of the morass to the top of the hills. But for us to do that, we have to really agree now to struggle and fight for it together, without anybody having any special agenda along the road or in some corner. All of us dedicated to this struggle to make our country a rich country, a country of opportunities for all its people, a land of respect for law and order, and of decent leadership, leadership committed to the welfare of the people. That's what government exists for. Government does not exist to give opportunities for the few who have access to power to become rich and become great, and and be able to talk of billions and trillions of naira in their accounts. No, that's not what government exists for. Government exists for the welfare of the people. And if we can go back, if we can somehow go back and and do all of that, I'm sure that we can still be a great country. Okay. In fact, you know, by the 1970s, at the end of the Civil War, when the Civil War was over and we could all breathe a sigh of relief and